Solutions Max Technology. Services' aim and mission goal is to empower all pharmaceutical companies in India to achieve compliance standards on par with or surpass global companies, all while minimizing burdens and hesitations.
Upholding our tagline, compliance ready every day, they should confidently tackle and pass audits at any time with the aid of our user-friendly ecosystem solutions.
Absolutely. Our solutions are designed to provide seamless support, ensuring that companies are always prepared for any compliance challenges.
Does the pharmaceutical industry have specific parameters for identifying target customers based on business size, type, location, etc.?
Yes, there are indeed specific parameters. We look at factors such as business size, type of operations, and geographic location to tailor our solutions effectively.
While our ambition is to cater to the entire pharmaceutical industry, we aim to initially focus on empowering small and medium-sized companies, including manufacturers and merchant exporters throughout India.
That's correct. By focusing on these segments, we can provide more targeted support and help them achieve compliance with ease.
What is the current adoption ratio of this software within our target group? Do most of them already use a traditional version requiring an upgrade pitch, or is it non-existent for them?
Well, good question. The adoption ratio varies. Some firms are still using traditional versions and would indeed need an upgrade pitch. However, there are also a significant number of firms for whom this kind of software is non-existent. From our analysis, we categorize firms into two main groups. One, contract manufacturing organizations, or CMOs, who must comply with regulatory standards to expand their market presence and ensure survival. And two, merchant exporters. In the case of CMOs, many rely on single ERPs offered by unverified sources to operate their businesses. They typically update their portfolio only during regulatory audits or when establishing operations, often with minimal compliance measures. Consequently, they lack compliance in various areas and face challenges in streamlining their operations. Our internal assessments reveal that these software solutions are outdated and tailored for specific functions, requiring significant effort to maintain proper documentation. Regarding merchant exporters, their primary focus tends to be on track and trace systems, which have either become or will soon become mandatory requirements.
Considering our product positioning, could you provide some examples of competitors and their price ranges for this product?
Sure. Some of our competitors in this space include companies like TraceLink and Optel. Their pricing can vary significantly, ranging anywhere from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on the scope and scale of the implementation. Traceability. Some notable track and trace solutions include TraceLink, RFXL, and Track and Trace by Optel. However, it's worth noting that some of these solutions may not offer the full scope of work from level 1 to level 5 and might not be cost efficient. Document Management System. Two additional solutions worth considering are Ample Logic and Master Control. However, when compared to our DMS Infinity, solutions like Ample Logic and Master Control may not offer the same level of efficiency and elaboration, particularly in handling legacy documents, which is a regulatory requirement for document retention. Quality management. The Indian market currently has few players, presenting a significant untapped opportunity. TraceWise is gaining popularity, yet there remains a gap. Our quality assurance solution, QMS Sparks, manages change controls, taper, and investigations effectively. Addressing the long-standing challenge of quality controls, our solution, LIMS Direct, handles sample management and stability testing. Our main competitor, which I don't wish to state, faces criticism for poor implementation, particularly within leading Hyderabad firms.
is typically targeted for such products? Quality personnel, regulatory personnel, plant heads, or corporate offices?
A more targeted approach could be to engage the respective heads of departments, HRs, for each category. 1. For traceability and artworks, reaching out to the packaging department would be ideal. 2. Document management and QMS could be best addressed by liaising with quality assurance, quality control teams. 3. Equipment maintenance and calibration should involve collaboration with the engineering department. 4. Warehouse management concerns could be addressed by engaging with the supply chain management, SCM department. 5. Training initiatives could be coordinated through the human resources HR department. Starting with the implementation of one solution and gradually expanding to others based on its success is a common and effective strategy. It allows for a focused approach, demonstrating the value of the initial solution and building momentum for further adoption. This incremental approach not only helps in gaining purchase orders, but also fosters trust and confidence among stakeholders as they witness tangible benefits from each implemented solution.
What is the typical sales cycle for the services and products that you offer to the life science or pharmaceutical firms?
Our typical sales cycle can vary depending on the software product or service being sold and the specific sales process of a company. However, it generally involves the following stages. First, prospecting. We identify potential customers or leads who may have an interest in our product or service. Prospecting methods can include cold calling, email outreach, networking events, and social media prospecting. Second, qualification. Our team gathers information about the lead's needs, budget, timeline, and decision-making authority. Third, needs assessment. We engage with the qualified leads to understand their specific needs, challenges, and goals. This involves asking probing questions to uncover pain points and determine how the product or service can provide value to the prospect. Fourth, presentation or demonstration. Once the needs are understood, we present the product or service to the prospect, highlighting its features and benefits. This may involve giving a product demo, sharing case studies or testimonials, and addressing any concerns or objections the prospect may have. Fifth, proposal. After the presentation, we submit a proposal that outlines the solution offered, pricing, terms, and any other relevant details. The proposal is tailored to address the specific needs and concerns discussed during the sales process. Sixth, negotiation. This stage involves negotiating with the prospect to address any objections, negotiate pricing or terms, and finalize the details of the sale. Both parties may engage in back-and-forth discussions to reach a mutually acceptable agreement. Seventh, closing. Once the terms are agreed upon, we close the deal by obtaining the prospect's commitment to move forward with the purchase. This may involve signing a contract, processing payment, or scheduling the next steps in the implementation process. Eighth, follow-up and support. After the sale is closed, we provide support to the customer, ensuring a smooth transition to using the product or service. This may involve training, ongoing communication, and addressing any post-sale issues or concerns. Basically, we handhold the customer until they get comfortable using the software. For large orders, we place our technical person as a supervisor on site for 6 months sometimes. Ninth, retention and upselling. The final stage involves nurturing the customer relationship to encourage repeat business and upsell additional products or services. These stages may overlap or vary in length, depending on the complexity of the sale and the specific circumstances of each prospect. Additionally, some sales cycles may be longer or more complex, especially with the customers from the North India or West India belt, particularly in industries with high-value or enterprise-level products or services. The users want software to ease their work, but the management takes its own time to make the decision.
Are you offering this as software as a service, say S, or as an upfront software purchase?
We've been advocating for the software as a service. AAS model, where applicable, tailored to the customer's business configuration. It's noteworthy that while large and mid-level firms may embrace the CAAS model, they often prefer services to be set up within their premises due to concerns about regulatory agencies potentially accessing cloud-based systems. As far as we understand, only regulatory submissions and track and trace, L4, L5, are exceptions to this preference. Our discussions are framed with the global market in mind. On the other hand, smaller firms tend to favor procuring commercial off-the-shelf, SOTS, software, or, in your terms, upfront software. This distinction helps us cater to the diverse preferences and requirements of different segments within the industry.
What are the typical hardware components used when deploying your track and trace solution?
We concentrate on 3 categories of equipment. 1. Line master. This is tailored for a straightforward track and trace, TNT setup. Each production line requires a line master unit, pre-installed with the TNT software, which communicates with the TNT server when applicable. For this setup, laptops used for aggregations and handheld barcode scanners are sourced from third-party firms like Datalogic and Dell Lenovo. We provide specifications for these accessories, but the customer is responsible for sourcing them. 1. Multi-carton liners, designed for firms requiring packing speeds exceeding 250 cartons per minute. Typically, large firms with sizable batches opt for this equipment to meet tight delivery timelines. In this setup, there's no need for handheld scanners, as the multi-carton liner comes equipped with TNT software and connects directly to the central TNT server. 1. 360 bottle liners. This equipment serves the same purpose as the multi-carton liner, but is specifically designed for scanning bottles without human intervention. Currently, we've limited production of these machine learning-enabled devices and only fulfill orders upon customer request. We do not maintain inventory for these items.
What is the typical implementation timeframe once a customer is onboarded?
The implementation time varies depending on the number of solutions being implemented at the plant. We typically complete software setups within a week, but we have no control over the time it takes for customers to source web servers. Additionally, some firms may take longer to complete equipment qualification. Our standard expectation is that each solution, including qualification, will take approximately 30 to 45 working days, with the exception of the 360 bottle liner.
Are these products typically considered good to have, or are they primarily driven by regulatory requirements?
The majority of pharmaceutical firms mandate compliance of all software within their premises with regulatory requirements corresponding to individual licenses. For instance, if your plant holds FDA approval, adherence to FDA guidelines is necessary, whereas MHRA-approved plants must comply with guidelines set by that agency, and so forth.